Two one-loss teams set to lace it up. This ought to be fun, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. They're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Faking the give. Now Watson. Dancing to his left. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Lindsey. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. On 4th down, out is the punter Cameron Johnston to boot it away. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. 39 yards on the punt, give him just 1 yard on the return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. First carry for Nick Chubb, and he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, they always talk about playing great team defense, and that was an excellent example right there. Everyone on assignment, no one in the wrong spot, everyone filling their gaps.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Second and 8. Mayfield off the play fake. He's got a man wide open. It's Landry. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run on the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there.
And I'll tell you what a bird's eye view I've got here, because that was absolutely something else to watch. Not a lot of wiggle in that. That was catch it and go, and he used those wheels of his to absolute devastating effect.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Play fake. Mayfield. This is caught. Touchdown, Browns. Austin Hooper. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Browns on just 2 plays have taken the lead. extra point by Sly is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Second and 4.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now Watson. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game. And you know what it is? Let's race to the quarterback and see who gets there first.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's complete to the Memphis man, Anthony Miller. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call. They try and run on 1st down, but this one going to lose a couple yards as they get him behind the line. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Back to throw, Watson. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And he is going to have a Texans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 34. They go back to the ground now with Lindsey. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Letting one go deep for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Jordan Akins, 28 yards. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. And it's no good. He misses the extra point, and this remains a 7-6 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. fielded just outside the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And this is incomplete. Oh, he looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. Second and 10. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. And that is incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And they won't get a chance to bring this one back. It goes out of bounds, back near their own 20. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Well, things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. They want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. But the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Ingram's got the 1st down and more. And finally taken down at the 35-yard line. That one good for 37 yards. The offense has to love that because that was just a dump down, and then he turned something out of seemingly nothing.
And the best quarterbacks understand that dumping it down is often a good play, a better play than even what was drawn up.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Here's Watson. Escaping the pressure right. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a 1st.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 12 more yards there and another first down. After one, a one-point game, 7-6. They'll run here with Ingram, and he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at them with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop them.
Lindsey is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. The Texans on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Here's Watson. They'll roll him out, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Porter Gustin drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. The kick by Fairbairn is good, and they jump back in front here. It's 9-7. They had it 1st and goal, 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive, but you run out of space to run the deep routes, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there.
The Browns drive about to get started. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. He's going to let this one go deep. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Anthony Schwartz, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And once again, the Browns are back in front. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. And he'll get this one up to the 26. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down? Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The Texans on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Watson. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Well, they only needed a small gain on third down. They end up getting over 30 yards. So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now it's Watson. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Malik Jackson, the 6'5" D tackle with a sack.
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
Another try after the first down sack. Watson. And he'll get this underneath to David Johnson. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
The Texans on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. Watson now to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Touchdown, Texans. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. Hard to believe that arm strength was a knock on Deshaun Watson coming out of Clemson, but he showed what he's got there.
And that is absolutely demoralizing for a defense because you've got the offense on the ropes. It's third down. You're trying to get off the field, and then wham, you have a letdown in the secondary, and you give up a big one.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. On 1st and 10, Mayfield. And shedding the tackle, and now some room. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Kareem Hunt, 63 yards. And the Browns have reached lost that deficit pretty quickly, did they not? A two-play drive.
What do we call that? Short-lived?
Very.
Very short-lived. 2 plays later, they're in the end zone and back out in front. We always talk about drives, don't we? Does 2 plays count as a drive?
Not really, but that second play was so good. I don't care what we call it. It was enjoyable to watch. Taken at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
And it's intercepted. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And the return will stop right around the 25. So that time the pressure got home just as he was releasing the football and caused the pick.
And what it did was it disrupted that fragile balance of the mechanics of throwing the football. You know, from the footwork to being able to actually throw it downfield. If one piece of that puzzle gets disrupted, it affects the entire chance of success.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Second down, here's Chubb again. And he'll take this one down near the 15. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. It leaves them with 3rd and just a yard. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb, a 15-yard touchdown run. And the Browns add on to their lead. And they were looking to pick up the first down on 3rd and short. They got a little more than they bargained for, finding the end zone as well.
And oftentimes in short yardage situations, you get a lot of defenders stacked near the line of scrimmage, partner. So if you can get past that first wave, there's usually room to roam, and he found it.
Extra point by Sly is up and good, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. This taken in at the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. Flushed out right. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. To throw is Watson. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. A shotgun snap for Watson. Being chased out left.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked by the rookie Greg Newsome.
And a potential turning point as he'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half.
An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver, and it's second down. Here's Mayfield. He's going to let it go again. Touchdown!
Anthony Schwartz.
In the final seconds of the first half.
And the Browns would extend their lead here just before halftime.
This offense certainly looking a lot more comfortable here at home. They lost last week in the opener on the road, but there's something about that home opener makes you feel more settled.
Yeah, I wish we could quantify it, too, because you're playing the same game. The field's the same, size. We know all of that. But being at home, sometimes when you do things well, you get that extra push from your home fans, and it elevates your game.
And in the driver's seat right now.
This fielded right at the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20. So we have reached halftime here in Cleveland with the Browns on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
The Browns drive about to get started.
Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Throwing, Mayfield.
And he will find his man Schwartz. That's complete.
And they work this well upfield across the 35. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. pass is intercepted.
Picked up by Eric Murray.
And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
Pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the third quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. Watson to give. This is Johnson.
And he's going to take this one down to the 25. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Looking to throw. Watson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Ingram. Touchdown, Texans. Mark Ingram, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Texans turn that interception into a touchdown.
That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go.
Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Not a lot of running room there, not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
2nd down, here's Chubb again.
And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And looking at Houston defensively, they've got a dime set. 6 DBs on third.
58 for Mike. 58 for Mike. Touchdown defense. Check three.
Hey, alert 33. Hey, alert.
And Mayfield just getting the play off. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. Well, they were in search of a short gain on third down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 44-yard line. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. He was trying to get it to his tight end, David Njoku. And it's 3rd down. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. He's going to look deep now for Landry. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. Third quarter action. Appreciate you joining us from Cleveland, Ohio. 2nd and 10. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw. Watson. And he finds Danny Amendola. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 49-yard line. Back to throw again. He'll find Lindsey here. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Running from the gun, Johnson. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And now you have to wonder, partner, at what point in time do they forget the running game? It's been a struggle so far in this one. I would think they'd have to start throwing it a little bit more.
On 2nd and 11 now. Watson. And he slings one that's incomplete. He was trying to find Anthony Miller there, but now it'll be 3rd down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, Watson. It's caught left side by Cooks. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
A very important 3rd down conversion right there, because when you're trailing and find yourself this deep in enemy territory, the kicker's not even part of your thought process. You got to make it pay off with 6. Nice connection right there to set up 1st and goal.
Flush to his right. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Deshaun Watson, a 10-yard touchdown run. And the Texans are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And this is back to an 8-point game. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Mayfield on play action. Dumps this to his running back, Chubb. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Mayfield looks to throw. Trying to lay one up deep. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And it feels like the momentum has shifted. They scored, then their defense forces that last punt. And now a chance to tie the game on this possession. And the pass complete, this one to Danny Amendola. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Certainly worth noting he's now 1 catch away from 600. He's at 599 in his career. From the 36, Watson eluding the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the 1st.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into his windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a 2nd interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
And that's a much-needed 1st down right there. Look, they're down by 8. So logic says they don't have to get a touchdown out of this drive. But the way things are going, I don't know if I'd put it in the hands of my defense here. You might not get the ball back at all. So if a 4th down situation comes up, I'm thinking hard about going for it right here and right now.
No gain on the screen there. It's second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Looking to throw again on second down. Watson escaping the pressure right. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line.
Well, he exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball. And that one was picked off.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
Another important fourth-quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage.
They begin this drive with Chubb.
61 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Mayfield off the play fake. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 48-yard line.
Big time play. Let's go, boys. Let's go.
Chubb on the counter. Some extra space following the display of power. Down just inside the 45. Justin Reed, the safety, made the tackle.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. They run it again with Chubb. Powerful running. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 13 yards to pick up there. For Cleveland first.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Well, not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that
run. They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Mayfield. Open man here, Schwartz complete.
And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do.
And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the official saw as this play will stand as is.
Now a throw here, hauled in. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Texans.
Now Watson.
And that's complete to Cooks. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Whether it's a touchdown or a field goal, whatever it is, they need to score quickly here on first down.
To throw, Watson.
And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. We'll check on his status when we get back. And this will be recovered by the Browns hands team, and that should just about write a finish to this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now this one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
Handoff comes to Chubb. And down to the 36-yard line here.
87 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down. And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on third down. A give. This is Chubb. Fights loose. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. But, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking, they think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Browns,